In this session, we are going to tackle about square roots of a number. Before we go with the square root of a number, let us tackle first about perfect square. So this perfect square means the square of a number. So for us to find the square of a number, you will just multiply the number to itself. Ganun lang kasimple para makuha si perfect square numbers. Okay? So, bakit nga ba kailangan natin si perfect square number? Para mas madali mong ma-simplify ang mga square root of a number. So, mamaya makikita nyo kung paano. Let us have the square of the following numbers. Number 1, 1 squared. 1 squared means 1 times 1, the answer is 1. 2 squared means 2 times 2, the answer is 4. 3 squared means 3 times 3, the answer is 9. 4 squared means 4 times 4, the answer is 16. 5 squared, we have here 25. 6 squared, we have here 36. 7 squared, we have 49. 8 squared, we have 64. 9 squared, we have 81. 10 squared, we have here 100. 11 squared, that is 121. 12 squared, we have 144. 13 squared, we have 169. 14 squared, we have 196. 15 squared, we have 225. So, kapag kabisado mo tong mga perfect squared number na to, yakang-yaka mo na si square root of a number. Bakit? Halos kabaliktaran lang ni perfect square si square root of a number. If I going to find for the square root of 100, you are going to think number na kapag minultiply mo sa sarili niya, ang sagot is 100. So, the answer here is 10. Ayun, sorry. The answer here is 10. Ganun lang kasimple. If you are going to find for the square root of 196, the answer is 14. Square root ni 64, the answer is 8. Square root ni 121, the answer is 11. Square root ni 16, the answer is 4. Is it clear? Square roots of a number. This read as the square root of b. So, we have the parts. We have, this one is the radical sign. Then, yung nasa loob ni radical sign, ang tawag naman sa kanya is radicand. Then, in finding the square roots, meron tayong tinatawag na principal roots. When you say principal roots, these are the non-negative square roots of a number. Pag sinabi mong non-negative, therefore, positive numbers lang yung ating i-accept as the roots of the given numbers. Why positive lang? Kasi po, meron po tayong pagkakataon na pwede rin maging roots yung negative numbers. For example, this one. I have 3 squared. Positive 3 squared. So, the answer here is 9. Tama? Then, if I have negative 3, then squared, the answer is also 9 din dito. Bakit 9 din? Kasi negative 3 times negative 3, it becomes positive 9. So, if I have to find the square root of 9, I can answer a positive 3 and a negative 3. Kasi pareho silang tatama. Okay? Pero in our case, in this lesson, ang atin nang i-accept is the principal roots, which is the positive square roots of the given number. Naintindihan? Now, let us find the principal roots of the following. We have here the square root of 4. So, for us to find the principal roots of square root of 4, you are going to think a number na pag minultiply mo sa kanyang sarili, ang sagot is 4. So, the answer is 2. Why 2? 2 times 2, the answer is 4. Tama? Next tayo, we have here square root of 25. For us to find the square root of 25, think a number na imumultiply mo sa kanyang sarili, ang sagot is 25. So, that is 5. 5 times 5, the answer is 25. Next tayo, square root of 36. So, the answer here is 6. 6 times 6, the answer is 36. Then, the last one, we have the square root of 100. Think a number na pag minultiply mo sa sarili niya, ang sagot is 100. So, that is 10. 10 times 10, the answer is 100. So, therefore, the square root of 100 is 10. Is it clear? Let us have an example. Find the principal roots of the following. So, since principal roots, positive numbers ang ating i-considered as the answer. Let us have number 1, square root of 81. So, think a number na pag minultiply mo sa sarili niya, ang sagot is 81. So, that is 9. 9 times 9, the answer is 81. Okay? Next tayo, let us have number 2, square root of 169. So, the answer here is 13. So, 13 times 13, the answer is 169. How about number 3? Square root of 1 over the square root of 4. So, kapag ganitong nakapaloob ang inyong fraction, pwede mo siyang write as square root of 1 over square root of 4. Pwede mo siyang paghiwalayin. Then, find the square root of 1. Ang square root ng 1 is 1 over ang square root ni 4, we have 2. So, the answer is 1/2. Is it clear? Next tayo. Let us have number 4. Negative square root of 25. So, yung negative labas mo. Just copy negative. Then, what is the square root of 25? So, the answer is positive 5. So, negative times positive, the answer is negative 5. Is it clear? So, dito naman kasi, meron kang negative sign sa labas, kaya kailangan ang sagot mo is negative. Okay? Next tayo, let us have number 5. We have, so negative tayo. So, pwede natin siyang paghiwalayin, square root of 25 over the square root of 100. Negative. Ang square root ni 25, the answer is 5 over ang square root naman ni 100, the answer is 10. Then, we can simplify 5 over 10 as negative 1/2. So, this is now your answer. Bakit negative 1/2? Kasi si 5 and 10 divisible by 5. So, 5 divide 5, diba? The answer is 1. 10 divide 5, the answer is 2. Naintindihan po? We can classify the principal square root as rational numbers or irrational numbers. So, what are those rational numbers? When you say rational numbers, your radicand is a perfect square. Okay? So, kapag yung radicand mo is a perfect square, makakakuha ka ng whole number na sagot. Tama? For example, I have your square root of 4. The answer is 2. Square root of 100, the answer is 10. Square root of 16, the answer is 4. Square root ni 25, the answer is 5. And square root of 225, the answer is 15. As you can see, when you simplify them, the answer is a whole number. Tama? So, that are rational numbers. While irrational numbers, the radicand is not a perfect square. Meaning, hindi eksaktong whole number ang makukuha mo kapag irrational numbers. Bakit? Kasi they are not perfect square. For example, sa square root of 3. Square 3 is not a perfect square, so you cannot find the whole number answer for the square root of 3. So, kapag kinuha mo yan, magkakaroon ka ng decimal pag kinompute mo yan sa calculator. Also, square root of 8. Square root of 8 is not a perfect square, so therefore, it is irrational numbers. Square root of 30 and also square root of 50 are not perfect square numbers, therefore, these numbers are irrational numbers. You cannot have a whole number as the answer if you simplify this examples. Alright? Determine whether the following is rational or irrational. Number 1, square root of 64. Rational or irrational? Okay, right. This one is rational. Why rational? Kasi perfect square is 64. If you find the square root of 64, the answer is 8. How about number 2? Negative 2 plus square root of 144. Rational or irrational? So, this one is also rational. Why rational? If you compute this one, see 144 is a perfect square. So, you have your negative 2 plus square root of 144, the answer is 12. Ang sagot natin is 10. So, which is, meron tayong whole number na answer, therefore, it is rational. Is it clear? Next tayo, number 3, square root of 12. So, this one is irrational. So, bakit irrational siya? Kasi si 12 is not a perfect square. Also, with number 4, this one is also irrational numbers. How about number 5? Negative square root of 1. Okay, so this one is rational. Why rational? Kasi 1 is a perfect square. If you simplify this one, the answer is negative 1, which is a rational number. Is it clear? Let us have the last part of our session about square roots. So we have determining between what two consecutive integers the square root of a number is. So gumawa ako dito ng number line para mas madali nyo siyang maintindihan. So we have here a number line of 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. So we have a given of a whole number. So since ang ating mga given dito ay may radicals, and those numbers are not perfect square, so they are irrational numbers. So paano natin siya ipa-plot ngayon sa ating number line? Saan number kaya siya nakapagitna? So para mas madali natin siya i-plot, etong mga numbers na to, i-change natin into radical sign. So, change 1 into radical sign. So, that is square root of 1. Tama? Square root ng 1 is 1. Si 2 naman, we have here square root of 4. Square root ni 4, it becomes 2. So, this one, si 3 is square root of 9. Si 4, square root of 16. Si 5, square root of 25. Si 6, square root of 36. 7, square root of 49. Si 8, square root of 64, and si 9 is square root of 81. So, yan yung kanyang equivalent kapag yung mga whole number equivalent niya sa radical. Okay? Let us have point A. So, saan kaya nakapagitna si square root of 35? So, para malaman nyo kung saan siya nakapagitna, hanapin nyo dito yung malapit kay 35. Sino nga ba? So, ito, square root of 36. Okay, so therefore, si square root of 35 ay malapit na malapit dito kay 6. Did you get it? So this is point A. So therefore, square root of 35 is between 5 and 6. So ganun lang kasimple. That is it. Next tayo, square root of 10. Saan kaya nakapagitna si square root of 10? So, since we have here a square root of 9, nakapagitna siya kay square root of 9 and square root of 16. So, therefore, malapit na malapit siya dito kay 3. So, this is point B. So, this is between what? 3 and 4. 3 and 4. Did you get it? Hopefully, nasusundan po. Next tayo, square root of 50. So, hanapin dito, square root of 50, pinakamalapit. We have this one, square root of 49 and 64. Since pinakamalapit siya kay 49, so nandito si square root of 50. That is point C. So, this is between 7 and 8. Then, next tayo, letter D, point D, square root of 20. So, hanapin, square root of 20, pinakamalapit dito, 16 and 25. So, si 20 ay halos nasa gitna ni 4 and 5. So, therefore, this is point D. So, between 4 and 5. So, ganun lang kasimple. Next, square root of 70. Hanapin ulit. Saan kaya nakapagitna ang square root of 70? Ayun, dito, between 64 and 81. So, medyo malalapit-lapit siya dito kay 8. So, kailangan alam nyo tumansya, ha? So, this is point E. So, si square root of 70 is between 8 and 9. So, kapag ikaw ay magpa-plot ng points sa inyong line graph, dapat alam nyo tumansya kung saan nyo ilalagay yung points nyo. So, kung saan pinakamalapit ang inyong given, doon nyo ilalagay ang inyong points. Then, dito naman sa betweenest, so, kung saan siya nakapagitna na integer, so, these are the integers, so 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, yun yung isasagot nyo. Naintindihan? So, that is how you are going to determine the two consecutive integers the square roots of a number is. Is it clear? So, hopefully, natutunan ang about square root of a number. So, yung susunod nating lesson, you are going to find for the exact given square roots of irrational numbers naman. Alright? If you have questions, comment lang kayo sa ating comment box. And that's all for today. Thank you for watching!